You see that? That's a reciprocating saw. That is a symbol of failure and or lifelong learning. Yeah, let's say that. It's a symbol of lifelong learning. You know, you have a home project, you think you know what you're doing, you complete the project, you realize you didn't know what you're doing, you do the project again with different tools, and it still doesn't come out exactly right, so you go and you reanalyze the situation. I'm trying to get my phone tied to my car here, only to realize that, you know, you built it and it's finally working, at least structurally, but it doesn't quite match what you were trying to achieve. In this case, I'm talking about my vocal booth. So the vocal booth is built structurally, just like this stupid phone carrier is built structurally, but it's not applicability working. Why is it so stuck? So anyways, this vocal booth has been created about, God, I want to say at least 3, if not 4 times over. It's had a couple of reincarnations. But it's time. It's time to change again. Yes, it is time to change again, because the qualities of the vocal booth are good enough, but they're not being used as efficiently. The space is not being used as efficiently as it could. It's a small little closet, which was awesome, because it was taking up much less space than the huge circular cone of silence that I had created prior to that. It used to hang from my ceiling. And I'll probably have a podcast episode on all of the reincarnations, rebirths, regenesis of this vocal booth. So it was a little smaller, it fit in my closet, that was great. But the problem there was that now I wasn't able to store as many things in my room as I wanted to. So the closet was gone and I lost some storage. I dealt with that and that was okay. But then I got this really cool apparatus called a chaotic eyeball. Yeah, that was what it was called. And this thing fits over your microphone and creates basically a vocal booth that is very intimately connected and very space savings, very space mindset. It saves a lot of space because it just creates a vocal booth around your microphone. So no need to have a lot of treated walls or an enclosed space. You already have that enclosed space around the microphone. And so then I had basically a vocal booth inside a vocal booth. And I kept doing that for a while. I thought, all right, you know, it's already built. I've got my vocal booth. Maybe I'll go ahead and just use it as is, even though I don't have all the storage that I had before. Until one day I wanted to have the green screen of my dreams set up. I really wanted to finally have a green screen that I could use. Not a green piece of cloth, not a green diaper hanging on the wall, or a bunch of printed green pieces of paper as I've seen people do on YouTube. I didn't want a sheet, you know, some blanket covering the wall. I wanted a real green screen room, complete with the correct lighting and the distance you need from the camera to be able to actually record good green screen, where it doesn't look like you're on a green screen. And I got the bright idea of saying, maybe I will combine my vocal booth with a green screen room. Just so you know, this vocal booth is 35 inches wide by 29 inches the shorter distance. So 35 inches by 29. Not a lot of floor plan there, or planning on my part. Actually, there was a lot of planning. It just doesn't work as efficiently as I'd like. So it's a small little space, and I wanted to fit a green screen in there. My wife helped me with this, God bless her, because I had the great idea of, all right, let me build a green screen out of PVC piping that has the correct shape of my closet. And I'm going to stick this puppy in the closet. I'm going to get some green screen material, real green screen material, and have my wife sew this exoskeleton for my PVC pipe. So I've got this nice L-shaped PVC pipe enclosure for the green screen inside a freaking small closet. And I already knew that this was going to be a difficult challenge because the space that you have now in the room between you and the green screen and between the camera and you is now really compressed. And one of the things they're always telling you about green screen is you really got to make sure you have enough distance between you and the wall and you and the camera, because there's all kinds of green screen spillover that happens if you're too close. If you're also too close, the shadows that you cast are going to be very obvious on your green screen. It's going to be very difficult to key that stuff out. But I said, it's a challenge. It's worth taking. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to just treat this like it's the space shuttle or the Mir space station or the International Space Station. This is just going to have to be an exercise of engineering prowess, which I don't own, by the way, because I'm not an engineer. My dad's an engineer. I just thought maybe some of the genes would have trickled over. I do have some of them, but that's not my strong suit. And I just said, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways and just see if I can engineer the heck out of this as though this was a space capsule, that every small last piece of real estate was super important to pay attention to. The weight as well as the space, the volume. And we actually managed to create this awesome L-shaped green screen with a PVC pipe. And it looked beautiful in there. But it's still too close. And so I won't say that all that effort was for naught. But I've learned some more, I've experimented more, and realized that it's time to change yet again. And this is a painful thing. But hopefully this time it'll be a little bit better, because I've done it, like I said, at least 3 times in a row. 3 times. I don't want to hide behind this. I'm not showing you my eyes. People wear glasses too often. It's a clear indication, very clear, that they're trying to hide something from you. That's not true. That's sometimes true. I'm just BSing. But I'm going to move everything back into the closet. But before I do that, I'm building some shelving, which I got a whole bunch of wire shelving over at Home Depot. And when I get everything back into that closet, I'm going to tear down the walls. It's a very scary thought. But I've got those walls that we're building the other closet in my room, the bigger closet. I'm going to tear those down, so I'm left with just 4 walls in my room without a big outcropping of closet space. The inner closet where the vocal booth was, I'm going to keep that. But the big jutting out one is going bye-bye. And when that happens, I'm going to have a very flat back wall, which I should be able to then put a full-sized green screen 9 feet wide. It's a lot more space than I had in that closet. And my hope is to be able to also have this 9 feet of green screen not be a permanent resident. I want to be able to ideally roll this thing up, similar to when you pull down one of those projector screens and then you roll them back up to the ceiling. I've seen a few YouTubes on that, so I'm hoping to have that eventually. But for now, all I'm going to focus on is having my circular green screen hanging off the back wall so that I can start getting to work on the green screen videos that I've needed to do for a long time. I've got some things going on during my 9 to 5, as well as things going on during my 5 to 9 that require video shooting on a green screen. So wish me luck, and you as well, if you were trying to do green screen. Maybe some of what I said wasn't just gobbledygook, and maybe I will post a montage of all the other videos I've never shared before while I was creating and destroying over and over again my vocal booth and the green screen. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, today's Tuesday. By the way, today is day 16. Yes, 16 of the 30-day challenge, where we are supposed to speak for at least 60 seconds, try not to crash while driving, and do at least 60 minutes for 1 out of the 30 days. Goodbye again.